Let me tell you something nobody warns you about. Saving your first $5,000 doesn't just calm you down. It quietly changes the rules of the game. Because after that point, the problem isn't panic anymore. It's what you do next. And this is where a lot of people accidentally stall their progress, or worse, completely undo it. If you've already crossed that $5,000 mark, or you're getting close, this video might save you years of frustration. In the last video, we talked about why the first $5,000 rewires your brain more than the first 50,000. We talked about how it removes panic, how it slows your decisions down, how it shifts you from survival mode into planning mode. But today, we're talking about the next phase. Because once you have that breathing room, your money mistakes get a lot more subtle and a lot more expensive. Here's the surprising part. After saving $5,000, most people don't lose money because they're being reckless. They lose money because they're uncertain. They start asking themselves questions like, should I invest this? Should I save more? Am I missing out on something? What if I do the wrong thing? And that uncertainty is dangerous because it leads to inaction. Money that just sits there without a plan slowly leaks away through impulse upgrades, lifestyle creep, and random treat-yourself decisions. It's a classic case of overthinking instead of executing. This is exactly where progress stalls. So let us break down the 3 common traps almost everyone hits after saving their first $5,000. Trap number 1 is treating $5,000 like it's the finish line. People relax way too much. They stop tracking their spending. They stop automating their savings. They tell themselves, I've got this now. But $5,000 isn't financial freedom. It's more like financial stability training wheels. If you stop pedaling, you're just going to fall over. It's the foundation, not the completed house. Trap number 2 is overinvesting too fast. This one really surprises people. As soon as the panic is gone, they rush to invest everything they have. No buffer. No margin for error. No room for mistakes. And then, life happens. A car repair, a medical bill, a sudden job change. And just like that, they're forced to pull money out of their investments at the absolute worst time, often taking a loss. The goal right now isn't to be aggressive. The goal is to be durable. You want to build a system that can withstand the shocks of real life. And trap number 3 is lifestyle inflation in disguise. This one is really sneaky. It's not about buying luxury cars or mansions. It's much more subtle. It's the little voice that says, I'll just upgrade this one thing, or I'll add one more subscription. It's only a few dollars. Or I can spend a little more now because I can afford it. Individually, each of these decisions seems harmless. But collectively, they are lethal to your financial progress. It has a slow leak that can drain your resources without you even noticing until it is too late. So what's the real shift that actually builds wealth? Here's what most people don't realize. After you hit that $5,000 milestone, wealth isn't built by motivation anymore. It's built by systems. It's not about saying, I'll try harder next month. It's about having automatic transfers set up. It's about having defined rules for your money. It's about setting clear thresholds for spending and saving. It's about boring, predictable consistency. This is the exact point where people who actually get wealthy separate themselves from the people who almost do. The almost rely on willpower, while the winners rely on systems. So here's a clean, low-stress framework that just works. No hype. No unnecessary complexity. We're going to create 3 buckets for your money. Bucket number 1 is your safety bucket. You're going to keep your $5,000 intact here. This is your emotional stabilizer. It's your emergency fund. You don't touch this money unless life actually happens and you have a true emergency. This bucket's job is to let you sleep at night. Bucket number 2 is your growth bucket. This is where you start investing consistently, even if it's with small amounts. You're not doing this because it's exciting. You're doing it because consistency compounds much faster than intensity over the long run. Automate a small amount every single month into a low-cost index fund. The goal is to make it a habit, not to get rich overnight. And bucket number 3 is your lifestyle bucket. This is where you give yourself permission to enjoy your money, but within limits. This is guilt-free spending money, but it's a controlled amount. By giving every dollar a job, whether it's for safety, growth, or enjoyment, it behaves. When your money doesn't have a job, it just disappears. At this stage, the most important thing isn't your investment returns, it's your identity. You're no longer just someone trying to get ahead. You are now someone who runs a financial system. That mindset shift, that change in identity, will compound faster than any investment you could ever make. Look, the first $5,000 gives you calm. But what you do after that determines whether that calm turns into lasting confidence, or whether it just fades back into stress. If this helped you think differently about your money, make sure you subscribe. This channel isn't about hype or shortcuts, it's about building wealth that actually lasts. In part 3, we're going to talk about how to turn that stability into real and stoppable momentum. I'll see you there.